Get back to our breaking news development this morning. The search is over for the man suspected of killing 4 Lakewood police officers. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department confirming the suspected killer, 37-year-old Maurice+Clemmons, has died after he was shot by Seattle police early this morning. We have team coverage for you this morning. First, let's go live to Jane McCarthy at the scene in that South Seattle neighborhood where that shooting death happened. And Jane, we know we're getting a lot of details from that lengthy news conference we just heard there where you are just a few minutes ago.
That's right, Brad. We're along South Kenyon Street, and Seattle police tell us this is where an officer, a 7-year veteran of their force, shot and killed Maurice+Clemmons at about 2:45 this morning. Now, they say that officer came across a stolen vehicle. That vehicle was reported stolen last night. The officer came across the vehicle. He stopped. The vehicle, we're told, was running, and then the officer radioed his location when he detected some movement behind him, and Seattle police explain what happened from here.
He detected some movement behind him, got out of his car, says that he recognized the person who was approaching him as to be looking or appeared to be just like the person who has been broadcast as the possible suspect in the tragic homicide in Lakewood. He ordered the person to stop. He ordered the person to show his hands. That person would not show his hands, and also began to run away counterclockwise around the vehicle. The officer again told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. The officer fired several rounds, took the person into custody. The Seattle Fire Department responded immediately, and all indications are that he is deceased.
And police tell us that Clemmons had a weapon on him, and that weapon was registered to one of those Lakewood police officers that he is accused of killing. Now, Lakewood Police Chief BRET FARRAR said he was awoken this morning with a call from a detective telling him the news. Here's what he had to say.
I just want to thank all my brothers and sisters in law enforcement for the hours and hours of tireless, endless work that's occurred since this tragedy happened Sunday morning. I spent 16 years with the Pierce County Sheriff's Department before joining Lakewood, and I had all the confidence in the world in those. I know all those people, and I knew that they would bring this to a resolution. They would find this person, and this person would be arrested or found. The range of emotions for everybody in my department and families is up and down, up and down. As soon as I leave here, I'll be headed back to the station, and we'll get together with our folks and get them all briefed up and talk to the families and give them all the information that we have available. One of the things that I've tried to do during this terrible tragedy is keep the families and keep the officers apprised of all the information that's out there and try to separate the good information from the bad information. And I think we've been pretty successful at that.
And Chief Farrar says this allows them to really start focusing on the healing now. As far as the investigation, it's not over. We're told there are also 3 people in custody accused of aiding and abetting Clemmons over the past 2 days. Also, one of those people is referred to as the getaway driver from the incident in Parkland where those 4 officers were shot. And Detective Ed Troyer with Pierce County Sheriff's Office tells us they expect more arrests, perhaps as many as 7 more people to be arrested, because he says that Clemmons had this web of people helping him along the way, giving him rides, giving him money, giving him cell phones, helping to nurse the wound that the Lakewood police officer was said to have given him the morning of the shooting. So a lot of work yet to be done on this case still today, and several more people who are said to be in custody. Reporting live in Seattle, I'm Jane McCarthy, King 5 News.
Okay, Jane, still a lot of information I know to process there at that scene, and we can tell you, as Jane was just telling us, police have arrested 3 people already who apparently helped Maurice+Clemmons since the deadly shootings. All 3 of them have been booked into the Pierce County Jail. They are Eddie Lee Davis, Douglas Edward Davis, and Ricky Hinton. Investigators say they expect to make many more arrests in this case and have 6 or 7 in custody by the end of the day.
It's now 6:09. 2 states